Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this tutorial of the Carabiner Shuttle Pin. In this tutorial, we are going to be modeling our very last component. It's going to be the pin clip, just to kind of show you what that's going to look like. So this is what we're going to be making, okay? So let's get down to it. This is where we left off, and we want to make sure our top level is activated. We're going to then create a new component. We're going to call it pin clip. Okay, and now that that component is activated, we're going to create a new sketch. We're going to choose this face right here. So we're looking at it head on. And we're going to be projecting a number of geometry. So we're going to go to project, and let's zoom in here. So we want this line, this. We want the circle. Okay, and we're going to zoom way in. And we're going to get this little edge right here. Now going to the top portion of it, we're going to get this line, this line. We're going to zoom way in for this. We're going to grab this line and this line. Okay, and let's kind of zoom out a little bit, get it to fit. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create a line that's going to help us close our profile. So I'm going to go to line, and I'm just going to make a straight horizontal line like this. And I'm going to hit D to activate my dimension tool, and I'm going to go from this point right here to the line, and I'm going to make that 0.07 and set that. That's going to set the line. And now we're going to further close this here, complete our profile by going to arc, 3-point arc, and we're going to connect it with this point here. And we're going to go down to this one right here. We're going to set that. Okay. And then we're going to grab another arc. We're going to go from here. And if we zoom way in, we want this outer edge, this point. We're going to set that. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit D for a dimension. We're going to set the radius of this to 0.85. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Okay. And this is all we need from the profile here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the carabiner top off. So this is what we have. We're going to finish the sketch. And when we extrude this, we want both of these profiles without the circle there. So we want everything except for the circle. We're going to change a few things here. So instead of one side, it's going to be symmetric. Instead of half length, it's going to be whole length. And the distance is going to be a 0.115. We're going to set that right there. So this is what we have. All right. We're going to turn our carabiner top back on. We're going to create a sketch. And we're going to do it on this face, same face as it was. And we're going to be projecting a few more things. So I'm going to hit my project button. So that's P. And that's right here. All right. So we're going to select this whole piece. And then we want this edge, this edge. So there's 3 edges we want. We zoom way in, we want that one. Okay. So we're going to then hit finish sketch. We're going to hit extrude. And we're just going to grab this top profile here. All right. And we're going to set that at 0.008. Hit OK. So this is extruding that top part out a little more. Let me grab this here. So if we look at it, it's extruded a little beyond the bottom part. We're going to turn this around to the back side. And we're going to be creating sketch on this face now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flip-flopping around to the front, to the back. So we're now on the back, and we're going to repeat the process. So I'm going to grab my project. I'm going to get this whole profile in addition to the 3 lines that we got here and here. Okay, we're going to finish the sketch, hit our extrude, and we're going to grab that top profile, and we're going to do the same thing where it's going to be 0.008, and it's only extruding it this much. Okay, so not very much. Okay, so we're now going to turn this around to the other side, and we're going to create a sketch on this face again. Okay, so we're going to go back to project. We're going to select this top profile, and we're also going to select the top line here and this line. We're going to grab our line tool, and now we have snap points. We're going to use the line to trace over this triangular part and connect those snap parts. So I'm now going to finish my sketch, hit extrude. I'm going to grab the top part, and I'm going to grab the triangular part. And for this, we're going to do a 0.085. Okay. And this is what we have so far. So we've extruded this out a lot more, and we have this triangular part at the top that's now extruded. We're going to turn this over to the other side, create a sketch on this face. We're going to repeat that again. Okay, so I'm going to go to my project. I'm going to select the top face. I'm going to select this top line and this line, grab my line tool, and I'm going to trace that triangular part over again. Okay, and I'm going to finish my sketch, extrude the top part and the triangular part. We're going to do that distance of 0.085. Okay, and this is what we have here. All right. So we're going to now turn the carabiner top off. And what we're going to do is we're going to fillet this right here. So we're going to grab our fillet, select this back face here. We're going to do a 0.05. All right. We're going to set that. And what we now want to do is we're going to create a sketch. Let's zoom out. We want this face here, whatever gets us this side here. So it's going to be this. And this is exactly the side I want to be working on. So make sure it's facing in this orientation. And I'm going to go back to my project. I'm going to select this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. And I'm also going to select the contour around the hole as well. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm now going to go to my offset, and I'm going to choose this line and this line. All right. And I'm going to set that distance here. And what we want to do is we want to uncheck chain selection. So if it's checked on, we want to check it off. Okay. Since I just checked it on, I'm going to do that again. Okay. So, okay. Make sure chain selection is off. I'm going to set this at a negative 0.02. I'm going to set that right here. And I'm going to do a line here that's going to close the profile on the top. And I'm going to hit my dimension tool to activate it. And I'm going to go from this bottom face to the line. And I'm going to dimension that 0.45. And that's going to set it where I want. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to modify and extend. And if we look down here, we can see that the line doesn't quite go to the top, bottom. So I'm going to select that line and it's just going to complete it for me. I'm going to hit OK. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to circle to point circle. And I'm going to go from the center. I'm going to snap at the edge. I'm going to go to the other edge. And I'm just going to fit it in there right there. We could even dimension that if we want. It's already 0.058, so we're just going to leave that. And I'm going to now go to inspect, section analysis. Okay, and what we want, especially if this analysis doesn't pop up, is we want this face right here. We want to make sure if the section analysis doesn't automatically turn on, you want to select that face that I just selected. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to, let me turn it back on. Okay, and we're going to let's finish our sketch. Extrude, and we want this part right here, not this part, this part. All right, we're going to then go from one side to symmetric. Half length, we're going to change to whole length. Distance, we're going to do a 0.055. Okay, we're going to leave that as a cut. And another thing, objects to cut right here. If the axle pin is in here, all right, you want to check this. If the axle pin is here, you want to uncheck axle pin. So we're only cutting the pin clip. That's very important. So this is part of this step to check the objects to cut and make sure that the axle pin is not in there. And if it is, uncheck it. Okay, so this is the only thing that should be checked. We're going to hit OK. We're going to turn our analysis off so we could see the full thing. And what we want to do now is we're going to do some fillet. So this is what it looks like now. We're going to turn it around to the other side. We're going to activate our fillet. We're going to choose this edge and this edge here. We're going to do a 0.035. Set that. We're going to go back to our fillet. We're going to grab these two edges, this edge and this edge. And for this, we're going to do a 0.128. Okay, we're going to set that. Super, we're on our way here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch on the top. So we're going to grab this top face. Okay, I'm going to activate my rectangle tool. And from the corner, the top left corner, I'm going to drag out a rectangle. I'm going to go to my collinear constraint. I'm going to grab this edge and this right side of the rectangle, and it's going to snap there. So that's already dimensioned. I'm now going to hit OK. I'm going to, well, let me go back and do that again. There we go. I'm going to hit D to activate my dimensioning tool, and I'm going to dimension the height here to a 0.185. Okay, and that sets it to where we want. We're going to finish our sketch. Let's look at this isometrically. And we're going to extrude, choose our profile, and we're going to do a negative 0.1. It's going to cut into that right there. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to turn our carabiner top back on, activate our top assembly. Okay, and this is what we have so far. So we're now going to go right click on our carabiner top. We're going to go to appearances, and we're going to grab some red paint and throw it into our design here. And what we want to do is we want to right click and edit it. We want to change this to orange. I'm going to move this slider toward the orange, grab an orange I want, hit done, and I'm going to bring that onto here. Okay, awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do an as-built joint. Let's make sure that it says rigid. We're going to select the pin clip and we're going to select the top. Okay, and then actually, I'm sorry, we're going to set this to revolute. Okay, let's cancel that. Actually, let's try that again. Okay, pin clip, top. All right. All right, great. So in order for this, okay, hold on one second. All right, so in order for the rest of these joints to work and to give this the actual revolute that we need, we're gonna go back to our analysis. We're gonna snap that back on, okay, here. So it's section 3 that we're looking at, or section 2, either whichever one you have. We're gonna turn our section analysis back on, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to be clicking on this face right here. All right, and it's going to give us the motion we want. Now, what we want to do now is set that minimum, the motion limit, so it only goes so far. So we're going to click on minimum, and we're going to do a -40, and that's going to put it right there. Hit OK. Turn our analysis off. Okay, and now we should be able to just grab it like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to animate the joint instead. And this is what we have. Okay, so this completes our last component, the pin clip. And in the next one, we're going to be assembling the entire carabiner shuttle pin together. It's going to be the very last thing that we do. I will see you there.